Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing this beautiful star look that I saw Beats by Deb on Instagram redo from another girl, and I just really wanted to try it because I thought it was super cute. And guys, I am a little bit under the weather today, so that's why my voice sounds very mellow and calm, so definitely bear with me. So this is me. I'm just moisturizing my face. I'm starting off by moisturizing my face with my Bobbi Brown enriched base. This is a really great moisturizer. I use this on my clients. It's just like the perfect type of moisturizer for any type of makeup look. It makes your skin look nice and glowy. So yeah. I'm also taking my Patrick Star the sweat proof primer, and I'm going to apply that all over my face as well. Make sure everything's nice and moisturized and primed before I start anything. Next, I'm going to take this NYX eyebrow pencil and I'm going to brush out my hairs. Make sure that it's nice and ready to pencil in. And then I'm just going to start lightly penciling in my eyebrows. I start with a line at the top, and then I also do a line at the bottom and just do a little bit of hair-like strokes. And then I also took my e.l.f. concealer as well as my Too Faced concealer. I used one for the top, which more so matches my skin tone, and I used the lighter one for the bottom for that highlighted look. And I'm applying that with a flat paintbrush. This is actually a paintbrush. And then I'm going to blend it out with a dense eyeshadow brush. Alright guys, so after I'm done with my eyebrows, I move on to my foundation. Since I already applied my moisturizer and primer, I am all set to apply my foundation. I'm just applying it with a flat paintbrush and just applying it all over my face and make sure that it's flat on my skin before I start blending it out. And right now I decided to use a damp beauty blender today instead of a brush. So I'm using this damp beauty blender and I'm just blending out all of that foundation, making sure that it's really melted into my skin. Next, we're going to move on to concealer. I used another flat brush and I'm going to apply my concealer. I used the same two concealers that I used for my eyebrows. It was a Too Faced Born This Way concealer and an e.l.f. Camo concealer. I really love the Too Faced concealer. It's like the best concealer ever. It's so buttery and just perfect. So I combined those two and I'm just going to apply that under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and my chin area, as well as above my lips. So these are all the places that I normally highlight. Alright guys, so I'm taking my Real Techniques blending brush and I'm just going to blend out the edges of that concealer under my eyes first. I'm not going to touch the inner corner of my eyes because I want that to have full coverage. So the more that you let your concealer dry, the more full coverage you have. So I'm just going to blend out the edges and then I'm going to blend out the rest of my concealer that I placed on my face. Yeah. If you guys are not subscribed by now, then what are you doing? Subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 2K subscribers, guys. So definitely support your girl and click that subscribe button down below. But right now I'm just continuing to blend. And yeah, you want to just blend those areas in the same place that you placed them. So you don't want to really bring them out too much, but you want to keep them in the same place that you applied them. After this, I like to take the beauty blender or the brush that I use for my foundation, and I just want to blend out any harsh lines that I may see from the concealer that I just blended out. And this, I find, makes a very seamless end to the makeup. So basically, always have your beauty blender or your brush that you use your foundation for, and just use that as like a little eraser to erase any imperfections that you may see once you place your concealer. Right now, I'm just continuing to blend out the inner corner of that concealer and making sure that everything is nice and seamless. Look at that skin. Look at that skin. It's literally like butter, okay? Now I'm taking my Milani Cosmetics concealer / foundation, and I'm just going to use a darker shade in that collection, a little darker than my skin tone, and I'm going to contour with this. So I'm just placing this on all the areas that I normally contour, which is my forehead, my cheekbones, and my jawline, and also the bridge of my nose. As you guys can see, right now I'm just blending all that out. You want to just keep blending to make sure that this is really seamless, because if you have any harsh lines with your contour, it may look a little harsh, you know, in the ending when you set it. So just make sure you really blend this out. Next thing I'm doing is taking a very, very light concealer, and this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm just going to add a little dab in the middle, the inner corner of my eyes, and this is going to add that brightness that I'm looking for. I always love a little bright eye when I do my makeup, so this is definitely a must. Next, I'm taking this liquid blush. I believe this is by Juvia's Place, and it's like a nice orangey blush, and that's what I was kind of going for this look, because I am going to add pink on my cheeks, so I just liked this nice deep orange blush. Once that's blended out, you want to go back to that bright concealer, and you want to just blend that out with your beauty blender, or you can use your brush again, either one. And I'm just going to make sure that's nice and blended. Next, I'm going to set my face with my AC Cosmetics setting powder. This is one of my favorite setting powders of all time. It just gives you that like soft, luxurious under eye. I don't know, it's just so soft and pretty. I really love this setting powder. So I'm just gonna lightly set my concealer with this setting powder, and I'm using a setting brush as well. do this, I'm going to take my True Complexions contour palette and I'm going to use that middle shade, not the darker shade because it's way too dark for me. I'm going to use that middle shade just to contour my face. So I'm just going to apply that contour on all the places that I applied the darker contour earlier, and I'm basically just setting this contour. And don't forget to also set the contour on your nose contour as well. You want to make sure that you set that as well. Next, I'm using my MAC Studio Fix press powder, and I'm just going to powder the remainder of my face with this powder. This powder is identical to my skin tone, and this is what I'm using to really set everything. Next, we're gonna set our blush. So I'm gonna use this blush palette that I've been using for the longest, by Alimar Cosmetics. I love this blush, and I'm just going to use those two shades and just set my blush. I like to use a lot of blush, to be honest, because blush is just so cute. Like, it's so cute. So I just put some blush on my cheeks and also on the bridge of my nose to give me that nice flushed pink look. Next, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going to carve out my nose contour. So this is when you really snatch your nose contour and make it as snatched as you want. So this is where I'm going to snatch my nose contour as well as bake underneath my eyes. So before I just kind of set the concealer, but now I'm actually baking. So you want to bake with a lighter powder than you usually use. So that's why I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. You also want to snatch your face contour as well, so you want to snatch under that contour that you already made, just to really bring out those features and make your face look snatched. Now I'm taking a shade that's a little closer to my skin tone, and I'm just dusting off that powder. But when I get underneath my eyes, I do take a lighter powder just to really, you know, show that highlighted look under my eyes, because I like a bright under eye. So I want it to stay bright, so I'm taking a lighter shade when I go underneath my eyes. And then for the remainder of my face, I just dust it off with a shade that's closer to my skin tone. And this palette, by the way, is from KL Beauty. She has like a, this is like a pressed powder palette, so it's different powders for different skin tones, which I love because I can use it on my clients. So yeah, this is a perfect palette right here. Alright, so now it's time for my favorite part, the star of the show, which are the stars. So I got these stars off Amazon. They come in different sizes, and I put a small star in the middle of my eyes, like the corner of my eyes, as you guys can see. And then I got some bigger stars and placed it on my cheek. And then I got a smaller star and placed it like on top of the bigger star, just to give it that like layered effect. Okay, so after I apply my stars, then I start working on my actual eyeshadow look. So I start off with my base, which is my P. Louise paint. This is like a white paint from P. Louise. I'm not sure the exact one, but this is to prime my eyes because I will be adding color to it.
So I'm just gonna apply that to my eyes, and then I'm gonna blend it out with a dense eyeshadow brush. So you want to keep this primer low. You don't want to bring it all the way up to your eyebrows. As you guys can see, I'm not bringing it all the way up to my eyebrows, so don't do that because you're gonna mess up the look. So you want to keep it low and just blend that out. Alright, so after that, you want to take your desired color of choice. I decided to go with like pinkish purple today, but Beats by Deb, she used a blue and it was really cute. You can use blue, you can use green, you can use yellow, whatever you feel like doing, you know? Yeah, so I'm just blending that out with a fluffy blending brush, and you want to make sure that is well blended, and just kind of blend it up, not into your brow, but blend it upwards towards your brow just so it can really look nice and blended. You don't want to rush this. You want to just blend until it looks nice and blown out the way that you desire it to be. So just keep blending that shade. And I also blended out some of that color underneath my eyes as well, just to really see the color overall, like around the whole eye basically. So you want to bring some of that pink underneath your eyes as well. Once you're done blending out the shadow that you chose or the color that you chose to use, you're going to go in with a white eyeshadow, and then you're going to cover the star that you placed as well as the inner corner of your eyes. So I'm filling up this whole space right here white, and then you want to go back in with your shadow brush that you use for your color. In this case, I have pink, and I just kind of blended that back into the white and make sure that there's no like harsh lines in between the two colors. Next, I'm going to go in to that palette again, and I'm going to get this darker purple shade, and I'm going to apply that all over the 2 stars that I placed on my cheek. And I'm just applying it kind of like I would apply blush, but I'm just really bringing that into like closer to my ears, and like really just blending it out, making it look like it's like layered. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys can see what I'm doing in the video. I'm just placing that all over the stars, so that when I peel it off, you can really see like the star underneath. Okay, so now it's time to remove the stars. I was very excited about this part. I just got some tweezers and I just lightly peeled the stars off to reveal what it looks like, and it's so cute. I wish I had added some more of the white shadow like behind the star, because as you guys can see, it looks like it's only half of the star in the middle of the corner of my eyes. So I wish I had added a little bit more white shadow just to see the full star. So I would change that about this look. And then the stars on my cheeks came out really cute, as you guys can see. I love the way this look came out. So next I'm gonna just probably do, I'm gonna do my lips. I'm gonna line my lips and then do a nice darkish pink nude, you know, keep it pretty simple. Okay, and then after I'm done adding my lipstick, I just spray my face with my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And yeah, just to keep it in place. Just fan it out, let it dry completely, and this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial and you try it yourself. I had so much fun doing this. I didn't get to go out with this look, you know, because I just did it for the video, but one day I'm really gonna try this and actually go out and see how much people like it and how much compliments I get, because this is fire. Like, okay. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.